Greetings, friends! President Biden has just announced that the Senate is very close to passing the massive social spending bill. Friends, this is wonderful news. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders is pushing for Congress to vote on another relief bill for Americans that are currently experiencing financial difficulties. Remember, friends, that I'm here every day, and as your daily advocate, I want to help everyone in this community as much as possible, including all seniors, Social Security, SSI, SSDI, RRB, and VA beneficiaries. So friends, please make sure to share this video on social media and also with your friends and family if they need more honest stimulus news information. Also, stay tuned until the end of this video because I will be announcing the winners of this week's $75 Walmart gift card giveaway.
The Chief Justice has pointed out some of what he flirted with the word, or maybe used the word, scandals that have happened in the judiciary. So Mike, they're listening to members about how it affects members. I'm also saying that we need, and our members have been saying this for years, why does the Supreme Court of the United States have no disclosure, financial disclosure, and now that we have the Stock Act do that. There's another consideration, as you know, in the executive branch, when they divest of their stock, they don't pay capital gains. So that's an interesting feature, but it's complicated, and members will figure it out, and then we'll go forward with what the consensus is. Well, yeah. I mean, I assume that they'll have it pretty soon. They're having meetings, I think, not as we speak, but in the course of now. But just in friendship, to say I know one person is going to vote against it. We had one person to vote against the Competes Act, too, the other day. But we had a tremendous, tremendous victory. What we're trying to build is consensus. Consensus. The plural of anecdote is not data. And what we want to do is have data that builds consensus. Yes, ma'am.
Alrighty, friends. So we have some very exciting news. President Biden just announced that Democrats are close to passing his sweeping social spending bill that will include many relief provisions for the American people. Biden gave his current thoughts about his legislative agenda status in a recent speech in Virginia. President Biden said during his speech, "In my Build Back Better legislation that passed the House of Representatives, we can lower prescription prices. Now we just have to get through the United States Senate. And we're close." Friends, I know that many of you have been anxiously waiting for Congress to pass more crisis relief aid. And as this crisis continues to impact our country, I'm happy to see that our lawmakers are stepping up and taking some action. During his recent speech, President Biden briefly recognized new federal data showing worsening inflation in January. But Biden tried to turn it into a sales pitch for his social spending bill, which would help families and seniors. The bill currently includes childcare and home health care, among many other initiatives. So President Biden stated, "Inflation is up. It is up. But the fact is that if we were able to do the things I'm talking about here, it would bring down the cost for average families." President Biden claimed his bill is fully paid for with new taxes and therefore would not worsen the inflation. But friends, it is important to remember that the Congressional Budget Office has said that the bill would add $367 billion in unfunded spending. The House passed the sprawling bill with a $2.2 trillion price tag back in November of 2021. But Joe Manchin has criticized his fellow Democrats of gimmicks that undercounted its true costs by making new programs last for shorter periods of time, then proposed new revenue. A Republican-requested Congressional Budget Office score said that the package would cost more than $4.5 trillion and add $3 trillion in deficit spending. And that's if the programs are extended over 10 years. or the same period of time used to calculate new revenue. Inflation has tanked President Biden's popularity. The White House has previously described inflationary as transitory, while President Biden claimed in December that the prior month's 6.8% annual inflation rate was likely the peak. He also said in July that inflation was temporary when it was around 5%. Biden has already passed large stimulus bills. Biden's third stimulus bill followed bipartisan legislation in 2020 that doled out about $4 trillion to keep the U.S. afloat during the crisis. President Biden signed in November a $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill that the Congressional Budget Office said would add $256 billion to the federal deficit, although President Biden argued it would ultimately lower inflation and boost the U.S. economy by improving the transportation of goods. So right now, Senator Bernie Sanders has also called on Senate Democrats to vote on legislation to lower the cost of prescriptions, while also criticizing what he said was a lack of action on the issue. Bernie Sanders stated, "We're voting for an assistant secretary of something. The American people are not staying up nights worrying about that. They are worried about prescriptions. They are worried about climate. What I believe we have to do now is take the components of the Build Back Better, starting with prescriptions, bring it to the floor, start debate, and we'll see where we go." Lowering prescription prices was a key part of the Democrats' Build Back Better package. Prescription pricing legislation, backed by Bernie Sanders, would face an uphill climb to passage, given widespread Republican opposition to more sweeping prescription pricing measures, and the 60-vote threshold needed for most legislation. Also, it is very possible to get the measure passed. Well, my good friends, you've come to the end of my daily stimulus update video. The winners of this week's $75 Walmart gift card giveaway are Carmen Lamont, Anna Justice, and Gary Dye. Congratulations, my friends! Thank you so very much, friends, for joining me here today. I truly and greatly appreciate every single one of you who are watching my videos on a daily basis. Thank you so very much and have a wonderful and blessed weekend.